Members update. It'll be members only once we're done here. This is the update. So, build a computer desk, put quartz on it. Been kind of snacking out here. It's 2x4 underneath. Hit 2 studs here, hit 1 stud over here. Cased it out, haven't filled any holes yet. That's also 2x4 around the back side. And we put quartz here. That's what we cut there. We got the TV or the monitor mounted to the wall now, so it swings. And then these are kind of cool because they interact with what's going on the screen, so they switch colors, kind of give you that immersion effect depending on what the screen is doing. So that's kind of cool. What's going on? You knew I was going to go live. Yeah, I think everyone wanted a members update, so we'll give you guys a quick update. So let's see here. Here's our bed there. It's got kind of the cool lights. Now, I messed up my left shoulder years ago, and when the wife lays on my shoulder, it messes it up. So for a long time, she'd always sleep on my right shoulder, but then we switched to my left shoulder. It's been messing up, so I literally had to move the whole room around again to be able to get the wife back on the right shoulder. So this is kind of the bedroom now. So this is where the desk used to be, and now the desk is in the corner. I didn't know you're out here. There's the desk now. I didn't know my daughter was sleeping in the living room, so that's interesting. Here's the update. We bought the Harbor Freight workbench. I don't have any clamps. I don't have any vices. I don't have any woodworking, hardly anything. So the last time we were building this thing was with 1 clamp and a chisel, pretty much. What's going on, Budsville? Jeremy, what time is it now? It is 10:48. And yeah, so that's kind of what we've been doing there. We still got the TV here. Rearranged my Milwaukee stuff. Man, you can't deny, dude, this is a fantastic background. So sitting here, it's a good background. So we went back with the Milwaukee in here. I've got about 400 of these little mayfly things in here, man. It's crazy. Do you have OCD or ADHD? A little bit of both, man. Got medication for ADHD, so it helps a lot. Let's see. Built the kids' trampoline last night. I could build a couple of shelves for above that bed. That thing's coming in handy a bunch. I like that saw a lot. Still got to kind of organize this stuff. This is the quartz. This is the saw blade that we used. The Norton. It is good enough to do something. Your background is best. Yeah, the background's good, man. That's a nice background. And what I figured out is that oh, I messed up by making noise, and now my dog is barking. And I'm probably in trouble. I know I'm in trouble. Hang on a second. Copper. Copper, come here. Come here, sit. Sit. Good boy. Hey, good boy. You give me a dog hug. Give me a dog hug. Oh, good boy. All right, now for the update on my health, right? So, chemically sensitive, throat always hurts, can't get comfortable. I'm gonna tell you something really crazy, right? What's going on, Tools Souls? Everyone's doing pretty good. This is kind of the update, right? Still chemically sensitive. CIRS is pretty much what I've got. You look up worse than asbestos from Jordan Peterson, you'll see what CIRS is. I've got all 37 symptoms. Chemical sensitivity, all that stuff, right? We recently pulled out a TV out of this room here. I'm gonna try and be quiet when I go in here. So in that room, there was a TV on that wall. Yeah, 37 symptoms. We got this TV to replace that one. We pulled TVs out of that room, so I think Kansas wound up with a couple of different tools. Hey, look, it's the spider. Should we worry about this spider, Tools with Souls? Come on, flip the camera, stupid. What kind of spider is that? Anybody know? What kind of spider is that? I hate spiders, dude. Oh, he's backing up. He's ready to fight. He stood no chance. All right, so Kansas wound up with a couple of our tools. A bunch of people wound up with our tools, right? We put those tools in that room, and they jumped into the carpet. The mycotoxins contaminated that whole room. So while everything was in that room, it pretty much got contaminated as well. Mallet for the W. Hey, any advice for my extension cord building? Looking for a male to male. Since no one sells them, I have to make it. The advice would be to get the proper thing for your house and switch it safely. But just make sure it's at least a 10 gauge extension cord. Yeah, it's a suicide. It sounds like you trying to backfeed your house with a generator, which is fine, man. You got to do what you got to do. I've done worse. You know, whenever we had the freeze for 3 days, I hooked up a power inverter to a fuse disconnect, and then I wired that into the switch that went to my attic that went into my my heater. So you got to do what you got to do. Don't really have much advice for it other than just get 10 gauge, 30 amps. They're great. I had no side effects, symptoms. I did have a small chest hair on my side. That wasn't a chest hair, buddy. So, anyway, carpet got contaminated. Tack strips got contaminated. Everything had to go out of that room. We left the TVs in that room. Yeah, thanks for the advice. You'll definitely be careful. So when you're wiring it into your house, I got an older panel, so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Be a 120. You would want. There's no main breaker in this panel. You'll see, but they make something with like an interlock where the middle piece will slide down and it'll go in front of the main. So when the main is off, that's when you can throw the breakers. And when the main is on, that's when you can't turn on certain breakers. So they make interlocks. Was that the electrostatic sprayer back in 2020? No, that's the electrostatic sprayer that I've been needing to use for my health condition. I haven't even opened it yet. I bought it when I moved here. And I just paid about $400 to have my Mustang detailed. See if I could drive in it without getting tired or sleepy or sick or whatever. So, yeah, sounds like Tools of Souls is doing better. That's good. I don't have as many tools as me though. Nice. They're great. I've noticed that. Just trying to just catch up with the chat. Is it the virus? No. No, I've got a mycotoxin poisoning from mold. So, something I gotta probably live with for a while now. But anyway, so we pull the TVs out, and the room instantly is better. You can just breathe in the room. Pretty crazy. And as I'm pulling the TV out and I'm walking it out of the garage, my wife was like, you could feel the trail of heaviness air behind me as we're walking the TV to the curb. Sometimes I still can't even believe what I've had to go through. And if I have a hard time believing it, imagine what it sounds like to an outsider or just some random person on YouTube. Like, what are you talking about? The air having, a texture or whatever. It's just wild, man, what I've been through. Yeah, dude, the mold is always going to affect me because I've got mycotoxin poisoning. So I've got sensitivities. Look up CIRS, and that'll kind of tell you everything. Might be able to go to the computer and look it up. I'll show you. I didn't know my oldest daughter was in the living room trying to sleep. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, here's CIRS. So, abstract mycotoxins cause inflammation, oxidative stress throughout the body, leading to chronic disease and often called chronic inflammatory response syndrome. Its symptoms overlap with those many chronic diseases such as mast cell activation syndrome and chronic infections such as Borrelia. So if you keep going down this wormhole here, you'll see here CIRS. Let's look at some symptoms real quick. Symptoms. So we got chronic fatigue, which I've certainly got. You got brain fog, chronic pain, IBS, diarrhea, autoimmunity, mast cell activation syndrome, difficulty sleeping, neuropathy, and sinus infections. There's 37 other symptoms, though. Let's see if we can find. Suspected mycotoxin illness, developing a list of indicators important, taking a thorough history of a person's potential mold exposure at their current home or past residence and work is critical after clarifying the person's clinical symptoms and exposure. They can perform tests to confirm specific mycotoxin exposure. I've already had those tests done. So if you look up CIRS symptoms here, I think I missed a key there. I did. Perfect. Here we go. Let's look up the symptoms. Here we go. Fatigue, weakness, aches, muscle cramps, sharp pain, headache, light sensitivity, red eyes, blurred vision, tearing, sinus problems, cough, shortness of breath, joint pain, morning stiffness, memory issues, difficulty of focus and concentration, difficult word finding difficulties. If you look back about a year and a half ago, whenever I was doing lives, you'll see the clear evidence of that, like really bad. Confusion, disorientation, skin sensitivity, mood swings, sweats for sure, temperature, excessive thirst, static shocks, numbness, tingling, vertigo like crazy, like bouncing, metallic taste, abdominal pain, diarrhea, tremors. My hand was literally twitching like this. Yeah, morning stiffness. uh, unusual pain, fecal pain, appetite swings, and increased urination. That was probably actually one of my first symptoms. Was actually that. And I noticed I was going to the restroom like 3 or 4 times a day whenever this whole thing first started. So it's just been crazy what we've been dealing with, man. Yeah, detox. It's probably fecal pain. They just do the electrostatic sprayer and the cold fogger. I've got them both. The electrostatic sprayer positively or negatively, I think it positively charges whatever it's spraying out, so it sticks to whatever you're spraying it on. So you can get a better coat on something like that. If you want to specifically apply the product to a doorknob or something, it would charge those particles positive and the doorknob would be negative, for example. And you could put a sanitizer on the doorknob. I don't know about Ryobi. Had much of fans near me. I sold 4 Ryobi tools for $50. Half my town wanted it, yeah. eBay has a lot of fakes. If you get mycotoxin problems, it all starts because you have microbees. Those are symptoms of drunken stupor. Yeah, exactly. My neighbor owns a golf course in the neighborhood and owns the names and Craftsman cordless power tools. Nice. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been dealing with. That's kind of the update. But I still have trouble even believing what I'm going through is even a thing. Like, it's just crazy to think that a TV. Imagine that a TV can affect the way that the air feels. It'll be a long road. It's getting better. Right now I'm having a really bad breathing day today. I did an inspection at a church, and yeah, I guess it is. I haven't really stopped to really give it time to really think about how traumatizing it was. It was definitely traumatizing for my kids because where's the best tool to get the deals with the M12 battery and impact? I'm an apprentice Sparky and want to get a good deal and save other stuff. The Gen 3 is 8 on eBay for 70, but no warranty. Get that. It's fine. The Gen 3 for 70 is a no-brainer. You don't need a warranty on it. It's going to last for probably 3 to 4 years easily with severe abuse. Definitely for $70, get the Gen 3. You're going to be happy with it. And you're not even going to need a warranty, because the fact of the matter is, by the time that you try to cash in your warranty or whatever you're doing, you're not going to have that tool while you send it off. So you're going to need to go to the store and go buy another tool anyway. Where's the cold fogger machine at? It's in the garage somewhere. Or maybe it's just a sprayer. I don't know if it's actually the cold fogger. I got the fogger and I got the electrostatic sprayer, so I don't know what I got. I just got in, brother. Hope all's well. Yeah, it's not too bad, man. It could certainly be a lot worse. In fact, I kept saying that for a long time, but it kept getting worse, so I stopped saying that. And just started being grateful for what I had instead of figuring things were going to get worse. It was just like, okay, here's where we're at. So, I don't know, man. It's just been a wild ride. Just thinking about all the things, you know. Yeah, stop saying that. What's the cold machine? I don't know. I never even turned them on. I've got the sprayer that's pressurized that shoots anything. Here, I'll show you something on my Google Pictures if I can load it without doxing myself. Let me see here. I'll show you guys something crazy. Am I gonna be able to do it? Let me see here. It's risky. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Okay. That was my grandma that passed away in the other house. I'm gonna try to scroll through here pretty quickly. I got a lot of different types of photos. That's one of the latest ones that I bought. That's a really nice one. But we need to scroll through to, where are we going? And once my wife is ready, I'm ready to go. So we'll just cut it off whenever she gets in here. But I'm gonna try to find. Yeah, so this is when we first found the mold. Right, mold. All that water damage. See all that? All that water damage. You got the mold right here. Got the mold in there. Mold there. Wife's wearing a mask there, trying to clean it all up. See, we had a roof. We had shingles above our attic. Mold there. This is when they dropped the ceiling for us. Gotta be careful with this, man. It's water damage. That was one of the beams that we had. You can see all the water damage there. So we had quite a bit of water damage we didn't even know about. That's pretty wild when you can flip your beam like a deck of cards. That was some of our fixes that we did. Spray foamed everything. But you can see in my face, man, look how skinny it was. Let's see if I can find a picture. This is me just trying to make the best of a scenario. But you can see here where my face is a lot healthier now. This is pretty much when I was dying. You can see it in my arms really bad. I was down about 40 pounds. You see it in my shirts. It was a pretty bad deal. Let me see if I can scroll through. So I want to go show you this picture here where we were actually building. Let me switch here. Yeah, so this is after we renovated the room, after we spent about 20K. There was that beam, you know, we fixed everything up. Everything was done. There you go. There's a great picture of me. That's the state that I was in. Not good. You can see here. It's how skinny my face was.
Before my dad passed away, I gave him this. Before my dad.
That was loud. Let me switch back here. It's kind of the update of what we've been through, where we're at now, how we're doing. We're doing a lot better. This is what we left behind. We had an awesome shop, man. Some of you guys are newer, but that was a 30 by 20 shop just lined with tools. Gave that away. We left that there. We left that whole workbench there. I gave that whole thing away. I gave that away. We left that there. Gave that away. Gave that light away. Gave all those clamps away. Pretty much we left all those tools, man. We left that fan at that house. Left the trash can. Left the ladder. Left the planer. This is at my old house, man. Let's see here. I'm trying to find. Here's
I
one.
was just talking to somebody.
Here's one in between inspections. That's how much weight I had lost. So that's then. This is now.
All right, desperate times, desperate measures. We are actually going to use this same duct.
Yeah, so I was just trying to figure out what the heck was going on with the house. But what I'd like to find is I'm looking for the picture whenever I was building in this bedroom at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let me find it here. I'll show you where it is. I've been eating everything I can, dude. Insight, everything. Trying to gain weight, trying to get fat. Before we started renovating this house, we kind of made a really drastic decision very quickly on what we were going to do. And it involved moving my daughter into a different bedroom. So this was kind of the first kind of tell here. This was early on before I knew that I had mold poisoning. Ended up actually having a small heart attack. They did x-rays in my chest and all that. And then after that is when I started having gallbladder pain, like shortly after. So this was probably the last happiest day before everything went crazy. This was that was just before I got sick. And then I started getting sick rapidly. Then I've been sick ever since. So that was in October of 22. After that, I'm trying to find it here. Gallbladder didn't start hurting until the end of October. And then I was already starting to lose weight pretty rapidly. Looking pretty skinny. So that was when I started getting in bad shape. Let's see if I can find it here. This is the ducks here. So the only man that got his gallbladder checked with the prostate exam. Nice. Let me see if I can find this here. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So this is when we knew we were in trouble. If I look for the if I look for the info here on this one, if we go to info, where is it here? Info. This should tell you everything you need to know. This was at 11:48 a.m. on February the 25th. And we had pulled my daughter out of her bedroom and I started building a bunk bed in this room. So we took the top off this thing. We started moving in this cabinet here. And then within the next couple of hours, we started framing a bunk bed very quickly. There's 3:04 a.m. right there. So we're working on this pretty drastically. That way we could kind of survive. And still pushing out content, but just not good. So that was the 26th, and then by April the 1st, we were finding the mold. You see that's even a discolored.
Yeah.
That was a good price.
That's actually
We bought the white one. So yeah, that's kind of where we've been, where we're at. This was kind of the setup. Once we had it all set up, we had the bed up here, the bunk bed. I built a little rail so it didn't fall off. We had the computer down below, which was on top of that dresser. And that's pretty much how we operated for like 6 months. Just trying to survive pretty much. So that's it's kind of the update for everything. It's getting better. I would say right now, I wouldn't say that the air is hot on my throat and my throat doesn't hurt, but it's on the verge of being uncomfortable. So it's almost like when you breathe in, it's like cool on your throat. Imagine humping her there. How did you get your legs on her shoulders? Yeah, that didn't happen. That's why we bought a couch. That's why we had the bed where it was, so we could get a couch with like a chase kind of thing, a 2-man chair down below. Past 6 months, I've seen you the best you've seen. Still not super tactics, but on the up and up. Man, it's getting better. And truthfully, with you guys, man, I don't know if I wouldn't have, I don't know what I would have done without you guys. All the support and the motivation and just being here with the whole journey with me. It's an extreme mental toll on everything, the whole family. So probably me a little bit less because I've got ADHD. I can just kind of switch things off. Deep down, it probably affects me, but you got to do what you got to do to keep moving, So it's been crazy and really not fair for anyone else, but we really didn't have a choice on what we had to do. We had to sell 2 cars. We threw $20,000 of clothes out the door. This vertical video YouTube chat sucks compared to normal live chat. Yeah, sorry, man. That's what YouTube wants. It's getting harder to make content with YouTube's own platform, I guess you would say. It's pretty crazy. If I turn it sideways, it tells me to not do that. Need to be on a Netflix documentary? Yeah, maybe. Uh, if you look at the Jordan Peterson stuff, they've got it documented pretty good on everything that's going on with the mold and mycotoxins and CIRS and all that. But no, I've got every symptom. I'm I've got the genetic markers. It pretty much takes over your DNA to where you've got genetic markers once you get as bad as I've gotten. So this isn't going away. This could be an effect that I got to live with for years to come, but it's rapidly improving. When we went to the church camp, unfortunately, uh, any amount of mold will bother me. Any amount of bad air will really affect me. And I was in a meeting there because I was on staff, and my whole stomach was just like turning in knots, just sitting there. So we had to get a hotel that night. We weren't even planning on getting a hotel, but we ended up getting a hotel, and then coming back in the morning. We were supposed to stay there, but I couldn't do it, and that's probably set me back quite a bit. I would say that did set me back. I'm in a similar boat. Definitely not as bad. Lost 35 pounds last 8/10, but I ruptured 2 discs in my spine. I need a fusion. Fighting it for a year or two. Chatting with the hospital. Chatting from hospital bed. I get cut tomorrow. Dang, man. That's pretty rough. We'll definitely be praying for you. Um, I might be crazy, but I have heard that certain mushrooms can help with mold recovery. No, that sounds about right, man. I've got a spray. It's a sinus defense or immunodefense from the same people that make that candle that I tell you guys about. And you spray it underneath your tongue and you hold the liquid on there for like 10 seconds, and it's full of molds. Like, but they're like deactivated or something. So, would dry or steam sauna help with sweating out the toxins? I don't know. Can you say Tool Todd? Tool Todd? I don't know if do you get new power? Yeah, dude, I bought everything that I own is brand new. I don't have anything that's not new in this house. Everything that I kept from the other house is in a shed. Um, and there wasn't very much that I kept. Soil's running another level tonight. It's great. Yeah, so I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're either gonna do some tool testing. I got a video that I made. We could talk about some electrical. Um, I could install a receptacle and cut in a box and steal power from a receptacle inside and do a back-to-back install with a weatherproof plug outside with a bubble cover for some lighting. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's test the mallet. Yeah, we could make another mallet. We got a vise now. If that mold was in your house, could it still be there? Yeah, certainly. I sold it with full disclosure. I told them while they were bidding on the house, hey, this stuff's literally killing me. But I sold it as is with full disclosure. I lost about 100K on that house. I still made quite a bit of equity, but all of my equity went to rebuy my stuff. I didn't even put any equity into the new house. So that was fun. But yeah, it's probably still there. I probably couldn't go back in that house. I don't think the bulldozed it, man. I think they tried to flip it. Oh yeah, no, dude, I already moved. We're out of there already. Michael talks to Myco. Someone else's problem issue. Yeah. Um. No, we're already out of there. We already moved. But we took things. We took things we didn't know. We didn't know that we couldn't take things. I had an idea. Some stuff you'd think that you can clean. You would think that you could clean a glass bowl or anything. You would think you could clean some of the stuff, but you can't even clean a glass bowl. I mean, I poured bleach on it, pressure washed it, and scrubbed it with a broom 3 or 4 times, and it still affects me. Like some stuff's just uncleanable. Uh, so if you can't clean glass, there's not very many hope for much else, and that's exactly the luck that I've had. I have not been able to clean very much at all. Um, yeah, flamethrower. That's what we need. But no, all in all, it's good. This neighborhood's awesome. Um, Mechanisms are removed from the blood, but it's not easy. Sprays will not help. Yeah, yeah. Time will do it. Find a Makita guy and have it at their recovery. And have at their recovery. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd do an update on what's been going on. Oy vey, generic YouTube user. What's going on, man? Set that thing to 1,000 degrees. But we love the new place, and seeing you healthier is better. Yeah. Yeah, and I hate to beat a dead horse with all this thing. I just figured some people wanted an update on what I've been dealing with. At some point, I need to compile like a proper video and go through everything that I went through from the first symptom of having to pee frequently to having stomach cramps to having diarrhea, constipation at the same time to getting extremely tired to where I couldn't even stay awake to imagine going to sleep, waking up on a Saturday morning early and then falling into REM sleep where you're just so out of it, right? And you don't want to wake up. Imagine being like in REM sleep every day and having to function. You can come in here. I'm just going to get off whenever you're in here. She asleep? Breathing, bad stuff can suck. Plenty of firefighters are no longer firefighters because they breathe the wrong stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you drop that. So, no, that's absolutely true. And that's kind of where I'm at. I did an inspection at church today. Power was off. And just being in there for 5 minutes definitely took a toll. So, being in that mold building when I went to church camp definitely took a toll. That set me back, actually. Probably a month is what it feels like. Set me back a month. Did you touch my drones? Nah, man, I was watching Cops. That's great. So, anyway, I knew Josh and Kansas wanted an update. So I figured I'd just get on here. It's easier than trying to chat in the text. Dude, I hate texting, man. You can say so much more. You can tell so many non-verbals on camera. Somebody wants to text me, dude. I'm like, no, man, you can call me because I want to hear the inflection on your voice. I want to hear the pauses in between what you're thinking. All that stuff. There's so much more to a phone conversation than text will ever give you. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. I appreciate that, CJ. That's absolutely right. Am I tired, man? I get tired during the day. Um, get exhausted from time to time, to where I just can't even stay awake. Uh, Josh says I like texting. You love texting, don't lie. That's funny. Yeah, I appreciate that, CJ. What's good? What you doing? Man, we're just trying to give you guys a channel update. Um, if you're new here, you know, we've been we've been struggling for more than a year now with this whole mold sensitivity and toxicity and all that stuff. If you look up CIRS, that's what I got. Do a backflip right now. Yeah. So anyway, no man, I play 7 Days to Die in Minecraft. I play games I can pause. Todd says fermented food and a lot of mushrooms from what I am reading shows some positive effects and change in the gut biome chemistry to break down mold toxicity and improve recovery. While you're young, you have a chance to recover. Do you have health insurance? Yeah, I got health insurance. A lot of the stuff that deals with mold. You see my beard, when did I join ISIS? That's funny. And kickflip in a new garage tomorrow, maybe. I tried kickflipping last night. John C. Oh, he's good, man. That's a harmless comment. John C's good, man. You feeling some type of way, my guy. Like that answer better than no. No tool testing tonight. No, man. We're just doing a channel update, letting you guys know what's been going on and how a contaminated TV. I pulled out a contaminated TV, which I don't even know that was a thing. I was kind of in denial about it. So if I'm in denial about it, you know that I don't expect you guys to understand what I'm talking about. But there was a contaminated TV with mycotoxins on it, and it was making the whole air in the room weird. And we pulled the TV out, and now the room's better. It's just weird stuff, man. Am I a nerd? Maybe. All my moderators are jumping on you guys, asking honest questions. I am a nerd, dude. Of course I am. Look at my glasses. Can't you tell? Who else knows pretty much every page of a National Electrical Code book? You look like a live guy. Nice. I wish I could give you my mold immunity. Never had an issue. Bleach, scrapers, and shop vac. Notes affects people differently. Depends on stick size reveal. Not trying to be rude, just curious. Are your glasses +8? They look thick as mine. Yeah, they are. They're almost 7s. And then this lens here is a balanced lens. So this lens on my right isn't even my real prescription. It's so my eyeballs don't look disshaped. So they're like the same shape. But I gotta get off of here. I don't consider you being rude. Appreciate the question. Appreciate it, Troy. Your head is shaped like an egg with a beard. Thank you. Didn't used to be like that. It used to be more round, but then I started dying, and I don't know. Things happen. Do you like Peter Parker? This is our nerd. Thank you very much. You can utilize the abilities at times, and we will need them back Sunday minimum. I look like a chubby Adam Sandler. That's it's interesting observation there. What the heck? Oh, what do you mean, members only? It's your OnlyFans. This would be members only when I'm done here, man. Trolls are out, man. They always show up in an hour. Man, I don't even see it as trolls. You guys are definitely on the high defensive there. You use a humidifier. Yeah, we were. But no, we got to get out of here. So appreciate all the support. That's kind of your update. If anybody wants to know what we're talking about, just go back and scroll back through the live. I show you the old house and what we have to do at the middle of the night, 3 a.m. Drastic times, drastic measures, you know. I can't cut down lens material, man. I've got keratoconus, which is where you see like 6 of everything and they all kind of twist and meld into everything. It's no good. So, anyway, we'll see you guys later.